A strategic effort to reduce violence, weaken extremist fisheries to embrace a new path and avoid returning to violence. The 744 graduates drawn largely from Borno and other states also include a number of foreign nationals from neighboring countries, highlighting the regional scope of the program. Former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami and his son Abdulaziz Malami have pleaded no guilty to a 5-count amended charge bordering on alleged illegal possession of firearms filed by the federal government. The Department of State Services had earlier arraigned them on charge including terrorism financing, aiding terrorism, and unlawful possession of firearms, while also accusing Malami of failing to prosecute suspected terrorism financiers during his tenure. At the resumed hearing, Prosecution Counsel Akinlulu Kende SAN presented an amended charge dated April 14, 2026, which was accepted by the court after the defense confirmed receipt, leading to the striking out of the earlier charge. Justice Joyce Abdulmalik subsequently ordered a fresh plea with the amended charge alleging possession of a Strom Magnum firearm and ammunition without license in violation of the Terrorism Act and the Firearm Acts. The Nigerian police, through the Interpol National Central Bureau, Abuja, has facilitated the extradition of Matthew Adebiyi to the United Kingdom to face charges of murder and drug trafficking following a request by UK authorities over the alleged killing of Joshua Bahuda in June 2018 and involvement in drug supply. According to a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, DCP Anthony Placide, Interpol operatives in Abuja arrested the suspects in January 2025 after fleeing to Nigeria to evade arrest, with extradition proceedings initiated at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Justice A.O. Faji granted the extradition in February 2026 in line with the Extradition Act, paving the way for his transfer to UK authorities as he was handed over on April 14, 2026 at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, reaffirmed the force's commitment to international cooperation, stressing that Nigeria would not serve as a safe haven for fugitives. We now take our first commercial break. Please stay with us.
Just imagine walking into a full 80 to 90,000 stadium capacity with all eyeballs on the feeling you've been waiting for. You are now like a Michael Jackson on stage. You're a star. And this is the moment. Your 15 seconds, 10 seconds moment to shine, to deliver that God-given talent, to deliver those 4 to 6 hours a day training. Once that moment comes, go through those emotions, but at the end of the day, love it, live it, and deliver. This is MTN Champs Season 4. To register, log on to mtnchamps.com.
Super Malt Multivitamin Junior.
Glad to know you're still there. No fewer than 2.2 million candidates are expected to sit for the 2026 Unified Tertiary Examination which commenced nationwide today, organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, and scheduled to run from April 16 to April 22nd across accredited centers. JAMB Registrar Professor Isiaq Oloide urged the examination officials to demonstrate professionalism and commitment, noting that the success of the exercise depends on their performance, while commending efforts during the mock examination despite challenges linked to the inadequate assessment of centers. He reiterated the board's zero-tolerance stance on examination malpractice, warning candidates against bringing prohibited items as biometric verification and real-time monitoring systems have been deployed to ensure credibility, with unverified candidates to be rescheduled. The examination conducted across about 966 centers nationwide is divided into 4 daily sessions to ease congestion, while monitoring at a center in Jai, Abuja, showed the first session, scheduled for 8:30 a.m., commenced at about 8:40 a.m. As the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination gets underway, concerns have been raised over the early arrival time for candidates amid security challenges in the country and the long distance many candidates have to travel to examination centers. Our reporter Adiola Oladele visited the JAMB office and some examination centers in Ibadan to monitor the exercise. She now presents the details.
It's very far. It's very far. Yeah, right now we are here in Akubo. We are coming from Badeku. Badeku after Egbeda, after Oluwo. We pass all those sides, all those routes. So more than 20 junctions. Now I pass Kato Debi Bayi.
Should allow the children, or the students rather, to enter with their belongings, while they can keep it up somewhere. Like the center, every center used to have a kind of front where they can drop all those things. And once they are through, they can also write their names. Write your name on your belongings. Once they are through, they should allow them to have their things back. But giving it to a total stranger, the person might vanish before they are through with their exams.
Those are some of the concerns raised by parents over the conduct of this year's UTME, particularly the early start time. Some parents, despite the recent adjustment by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, shifting the arrival time for first session candidates from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m., express worries over security and the risks associated with moving at such early hours. Some others also highlighted the need for the board to consider candidates' local governments of residence when allocating examination centers. They noted that in some cases, candidates are posted to centers far from their homes, with prospective candidates traveling as far as over 15 kilometers, yet are expected to arrive as early as 7 a.m., with concerns of pockets of crimes and insecurity ravaging communities.
Today, by that be after 6 to 6:30 when mama the paper.
We wake up around 3 o'clock. The boy had a sleepless night. In the middle of the night, I was the one that wake him up to meet up with the exam.
I have some confidence on her because she's already prepared for everything.
Most of the time we have to stay awake so as to encourage. Like he was reading a book. I noticed it was taking him so much to finish that book. So I said, I love this your story book. Oh, be reading it for me. Let me be hearing. And before you know it, within a day, he finished.
While officials of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board declined comments on camera, some candidates who spoke with BCOS News before the examination expressed optimism, hoping for a smooth and fair process.
Yes, it's my first time doing the exam. A bit of anxious, and the question might be a little bit friendly and a little bit tough.
I'm well prepared for the exam. Like I've read my book and the novel given to us.
Fourth time writing down, yeah.
I'm a bit scared and I am expectant that I'll do something great at this first trial of mine.
Reactions from candidates after the examination indicated that the process was generally orderly. with some describing the conduct as manageable.
It was smooth, it was conducted well, it was well coordinated, and our supervisors didn't give us any issue.
My exam went really well. It was easier than I thought, and the candidates did everything the way they're supposed to do it.
It was fine, but yeah, we are hoping for better results. Yes.
There are indications that JAMB may be readjusting the examination start time. However, the 6:30 a.m. stated on the candidate examination slips remains the official reporting time. Prospective candidates, parents, and guardians are expected to strictly adhere to the schedule to avoid stories that touch. Adiola Oladile, BCOS News.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has been commended for his sustained support for the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, a development said to have enhanced the institution's growth and stability. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Razak Khalilu, gave the commendation during a press conference to herald activities for the institution's 18th convocation ceremony and 36th Founders Day. Our reporter, Olamide Olabi, who was at the university's council chambers, has the details.
Addressing journalists at the press conference attended by the principal officers of the institution, the Vice-Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Professor Razak Khalilu, said the university now enjoys stability after years of turbulence. Highlighting the recent achievements of the institution, Professor Khalilu noted improvement in the timely processing of results, certificates, and student transcripts, and also pointed to the expansion of academic programs, including the establishment of the Institute of Strategic Studies and the elevation of the Department of Architecture to a full faculty.
Our achievements are not limited to academic impact alone. The university, through its disciplined athletes, enjoyed full university sponsorship, took part actively in state, national, and international competitions in athletics, basketball, chess, soccer, and have won several laureates and medals. Some of the games are listed here under. In the 27th Noga Games, which was held between 5th and 16 November 2025. Lautech won gold, silver, and 5 bronze medals.
The Vice-Chancellor disclosed that a total of 10,223 graduates will participate in the 18th convocation ceremony, with a breakdown that shows 137 graduates earned first-class honors, 1,889 obtained second-class upper division, 3,549 second-class lower division, 1,008 in the third-class category, while 37 recorded pass. Professor Khalilu further announced that Oladapo Olugbenga of the Department of Electronic and Electrical Engineering, who emerged the overall best graduating student with a cumulative grade points average of 4.89, is expected to receive his award on Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Speaking on the federal government student loan scheme managed by the Nigerian Tertiary Education Trust Fund, NEL Fund, the Vice-Chancellor reviewed that about 5,000 students benefited in 2025 and added that nearly 19,000 students applied in 2026, out of which over 15,000 approved beneficiaries are expected to benefit when the disbursement commences.
I'm pleased to inform you that after several years of instability and turbulence, the university now enjoys stability. We will be completing the 4th uninterrupted academic session since I came on board. For the first time in about 12 years, the university gave its students long vacation after last session. The uninterrupted academic calendar and sustenance of peace is due to dedication and sacrifices of members of staff and the cooperation of staff unions, as well as our firmness and commitment to providing strategic and all-inclusive administration.
On the lineup of events for the 18th Convocation and 36th Founders Day, Professor Khalilu said the event activities will peak on Wednesday, April 22nd, with the award of first degrees to 7,641 graduates. He added that 2,582 others will receive postgraduate diplomas and higher degrees on Thursday, April 23rd, 2026. The event also featured an exhibition tour of artworks by members of the Vice-Chancellor's entourage. Olamide Owolabi, BCOS News.
Another time out. Please stay with us.
Just imagine walking into a full 80 to 90,000 stadium capacity with all eyeballs on you. The feeling you've been waiting for. You are now like a Michael Jackson on stage. You're a star. And this is the moment. Your 15 seconds, 10 seconds moment to shine, to deliver that God-given talent, to deliver those 46 hours a day training. Once that moment comes, go through those emotions, but at the end of the day, love it, live it, and deliver. This is MTN Champs, Season 4. To register, log on to mtnchamps.com.
Thank you for staying tuned. The Oyo State government, through the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, has intensified public awareness on environmental cleanliness as a key measure to prevent outbreaks of Lassa fever, cholera, and flooding in the state. The State Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Engineer Demola Adenito, made this known during a press briefing held at the ministry, stressing the need for residents to adopt hygienic practices and take responsibility for their surroundings. Details are presented by Governor's Office correspondent Olaliko Sulaiman.
Sequel to the recent report of Lassa fever case recorded in the state, and in light of alerts or reports from the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, indicating that Oyo State is among the states at risk of flooding in 2025 and early 2026. The state government, through the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, organized a press conference to sensitize the public and raise awareness and measures to effectively mitigate and manage these challenges. In his address, the State Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Engineer Demola Adenito, explained that poor environmental sanitation, particularly improper food handling and waste disposal, significantly contribute to the spread of Lassa fever.
People need to understand that this will not help the matter. We're not sounding an alarm of an outbreak. We're trying to secure the state from an outbreak. We're not doing this conference to cause pandemonium that Lassa fever is everywhere. No, Lassa fever is not everywhere, but we're doing it for everybody to be at alert so that it will not be everywhere.
While emphasizing the need to imbibe a culture of cleanliness and put an end to indiscriminate dumping of refuse in waterways and rivers to prevent outbreaks of cholera and flooding, Engineer Adenito urged all residents to maintain a high level of environmental consciousness, avoid exposure to contaminated food, and adopt proper waste management practices to safeguard public health.
We have one of the best flood monitoring architecture among the subnationals in Nigeria, which we, of course, we would also improve on it. And we have capacity to foresee and predict active flooding for now, which of course we're going to improve like we said, for up to 72 hours. That is our own system. Of course, we work in synergy with the NIMED systems, which is the umbrella monitoring system for the nation. As the cases, we're closely monitoring to give us precision advisory beyond blanket advisory.
The Commissioner also called on residents to engage the services of environmental professionals in addressing environmental challenges. He further urged the public to act as eyes of the government by reporting unhygienic practices, especially in markets and food storage areas, to the ministry via this number 091-1669-677. Again, 091-1669-96777. In his opening remarks, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Dr. Sunday Ojelabi, urged members of the public to support government efforts in maintaining a clean and healthy environment. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
The Oyo State government has stepped up initiatives to combat the spread of HIV/AIDS through the acquisition of testing kits and consumable valued at 43 million naira. This initiative served as the central component of a comprehensive outreach program conducted by the Oyo State Agency for the Control of AIDS, OISACA, at Akinyele Alata in Ibadan. Our reporter, Folashade Akintola, brings the details.
The outreach program held in Akinyele local government area draws civic attendance from local residents who benefit from free medical service, cost seat of Oyo State Agency for the Control of AIDS, OISACA, and health officials. The comprehensive outreach program offers HIV testing, malaria screening, blood pressure monitoring, tuberculosis screening, chest examination, and cancer screening, all focus on expanding access to essential healthcare services. During his address at the event, Dr. Bola Adetunji, chairman of OISACA, stated that the program forms part of the efforts to educate the public and promote awareness about knowing one's HIV status. According to Dr. Adetunji, the primary mode of HIV transmissions are unprotected sexual contact, infected blood, and sharing needles, and he urged residents to get tested and shun stigmatizations.
It's just a way of sensitizing people to test themselves for HIV. This will be available at all the local government level. People can have their tests, and those who are positive will receive adequate instructions on what to do, so that they don't transmit to others, and also so that they can get treated themselves. But the important message is that HIV is not a death sentence if you follow advice and instructions.
In his address to participants, Dr. Wale Falano, coordinating director of OISACA, commended the state government's prioritization of healthcare delivery. With a rate of 0.9%, Dr. Falano stated that Oyo State's HIV prevalence is among the lowest in the nation, below the national average.
Especially appreciation to the executive governor of Oyo State, Engineer Feyiz Makinde, for what he has been doing for us. If you all remember, even from his first administration, first term, he emphasized on 4 pillars, and health was one of the pillars, and up till now, still one of the pillars, including HIV, and they have been working on it, and they have been giving us everything, and we are trying to reduce prevalence of HIV. We are improving on HIV response in correlation with our implementing partners.
The stakeholder at the event encouraged residents to take early testing, highlighting that couples with different HIV status can still live healthy lives, provided they have proper understanding and medical support. They stressed the importance of putting an end to stigma and discrimination, describing it as a major barrier to fighting against HIV/AIDS.
Don't barb our hairs without having our own barbing kits and many more. We don't use emotion or empathy on people that are bleeding by not covering our hands with something. So by so doing, we'll be able to prevent HIV/AIDS from coming in.
They are passing information across to people, even especially the discordant couples, that it does not cause any separation between them. HIV should not cause separation between them, as long as they understand themselves. So that is the point.
The program's highlight was the display of the procured HIV testing kits and related consumable. Folashade Akintola, BCOS News.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has inaugurated a 25-year Tourism Master Plan Committee alongside the planning team for the 2026 Tourism Summit in a move aimed at repositioning the state as a leading tourism and investment destination. The inauguration held at the Executive Council Chamber of the Governor's Office in Ibadan marked what the governor described as a significant step towards long-term economic transformation. Governor's Office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman has the details.
Inaugurating the two committees, the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, said the initiative goes beyond routine governance, noting that it has strategic effort to reposition the state economy over the next 25 years. The governor noted the plans to upgrade the state airport to international standard and attract global flight are part of a broader vision to place Oyo State firmly on the global tourism map. He also emphasized the importance of long-term planning in tourism and hospitality development, cautioning against narrow focus on short-term gains.
What this committee, what you're supposed to do is show us the direction where Oyo State can compete, attract investment, and create opportunities over the next 25 years. Yes, do we have assets? Absolutely. We have assets that other people around the world, even within this country, they may want to come and see. From Okeyamako in Igbeti to Ngora to Iseyin, where you have the Gorge Dam, the deepest Gorge Dam. Yes, we do have assets that people may want to come and see.
Governor Makinde, however, stated that government alone cannot drive development, calling for stronger collaboration between the public and the private sectors. He stressed that investment, innovation, and effective implementation must align with government policies to achieve meaningful results. The governor further highlighted the need for continuity in development efforts, despite political transitions, underscoring the importance of building systems that can outlast individual administrations.
The organizing committee, ITS Oyo State 2026, that's the International Tourism Summit. They have been working on this summit since 2024 and have delivered 2 summits already. So this year will be the third. We have experience from what we've done before, and I sincerely hope that this year will be really grand.
Expressing confidence in the capacity of the community members to deliver on their mandate, Governor Makinde called for collective action to strengthen communities, improve hospitality standards, and create a welcoming environment for visitors from around the world. Olalekan Sulaiman, BCOS News.
The Forum of Chairmen of Directors General DGS in Oyo State has firmly condemned reports of a purported move to impeach the state's governor, His Excellency Engineer Seyi Makinde, describing the developments as unfounded and a distraction from governance. In a statement jointly signed by its chairman, Alhaji Kamoru Adiribigbe, and Secretary Prince Adebowale Falana, made available to newsmen on Wednesday, the forum expressed concern over the circulation of what it termed baseless rumors, insisting that no such plot holds merit. The forum declared its unwavering support for the governor, noting that his administration has continued to deliver stability, infrastructural development, and people-oriented policies across the state. It stressed that it would not stand by while individuals or groups attempt to derail the progress recorded under the current leadership of the forum. Further called for calm among residents and political stakeholders, urging them to disregard what it described as unfounded claims. It emphasized the need for unity and collective focus in sustaining the ongoing developmental strides across the states. We now take another commercial break. Please stay with us.
At Deo, you can keep moving forward in life with confidence. Nivea Dry Deo. Derma 72-hour active protection against sweat and odor with 0% alcohol to prevent irritation. Stay dry and fresh all day long. Skin is for moving forward, Nivea is for skin. Your favorite Nivea Deo, now in a smaller pack size.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, enriched with 95% pure vitamin C and pulp extract. For visibly radiant and even-toned skin in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Even Glow, for your shade of beautiful.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
For staying tuned, there was joy, laughter, and celebration as family, friends, and staff of the Broadcasting Corporation of your state gathered to honor Mrs. Bukola Owolabi Akinloye on her 60th birthday and retirement from active public service. Our reporter, Olamide Owolabi, who attended the intimate celebration held at her residence in Elebu, Ibadan, reports.
It was a warm and colorful gathering as loved ones and colleagues came together to celebrate the life and career of Mrs. Bukola Owolabi Akinloye. Mrs. Owolabi Akinloye served meritoriously as the head of the sports unit and news editor in the News and Current Affairs Department of BCOS, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism and dedication. Delivering a brief exhortation, the lead pastor of Champions International Church, Pastor Akin Adiagbo, who spoke on the theme Time and Seasons, emphasized that finishing well is by the grace of God and underscored the importance of gratitude in all circumstances. He described retirement at 60 not as an end but the beginning of a new phase filled with opportunities, noting that there is still much to achieve beyond active service.
When you finish well in whatever God has appointed for you,
a legend. He's an icon. So in view of that, this is Bukola.
Buki is my childhood friend. We've been friends for over 40 years. Buki is fun. She's a comedian. She's a sister.
She's a very wonderful person to us. She's been a member of our church. She's been with us for many years. Herself and a wonderful husband.
She's a very good mother. Very, very good mother. I could recall the time I was posted to the sports unit. Then I was serving corps members. So I fell into her arms. She welcomed me. She actually helped me in writing sports stories.
In his remarks, the husband of the celebrant and former Nigerian football legend, Dr. Felix Owolabi Akinloye, expressed gratitude to God, noting his joy that his wife concluded her years of service successfully and in good health.
We thank God that is alive, hale and healthy, and she has been able to withstand all the storms and the challenges she faced as at the time she worked for the 35 years. Working in a corporate association, particularly a broadcasting corporation for 35 years, we all know what it entails.
Responding, the celebrant, Mrs. Bukola Owolabi Akinloye, thanked God for a fulfilling career in the Oyo State Public Service. She described her journey as a sports journalist as both rewarding and impactful, noting that it provided her the platform to contribute meaningfully to sports development and media practice in the States.
The person that really pushed me into the sports journalism is late Mr. Dakwade Rogba. We were so many ladies. So he said that he didn't want me to just go to the desk like that he wants to push me to another beat. He handed over me to late Mr. Tony Adekola, and I want to give glory to Almighty God. They mentored me, and this is how everything ended.
Highlights of the event included goodwill messages, presentation of gifts, special renditions by former Shooting Stars players, and the cutting of the birthday cake. Dignitaries in attendance included former Oyo NUJ chairman, Comrade Demola Babalola, and members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Oyo State Council, led by chairman, Comrade Hakeem Abbas. Mrs. Bukola Olabi Akinloye, born on April 15, 1966, began her career in BCOS in November 1991 and later served at the SDG unit of the Oyo State Ministry of Information before returning to BCOS in 2022. Her retirement came after nearly 35 years of meritorious service, having attained the mandatory age of 60. Olamide Wolabi, BCOS News.
I say congratulations to Mrs. Bukola Olabi Akinloye. Over now to our sports desk.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment of the evening news. My name is Toby Ajowale.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has unveiled a 24-athlete team for the World Athletics Relays, scheduled for May 2nd to 3rd in Gaborone, Botswana. In a major highlight, 3 secondary school students, Rosemary Chukuma, Jacinta Lawrence, and Miracle Ezechukwu, have earned senior team national team call-ups. Product of the Invited Junior Athletes IJA initiative, the trial impressed at the National Sports Festival and later represented Nigeria at the Confederation of African Athletics Under-18, Under-20 Championships. Chukuma and Ezechukwu will feature in the women's 4x100 meters relay and mixed relay, while Lawrence has been selected for the women's 4x400 meters. Their selections underscore the impact of grassroots development programs in fast-tracking young talents into elite competition. The squad blends this youthful promise with experience, including stars such as Enoch Adegoke, Favor Ashe, Patience Okon-George, and Chidi Okezie. Nigeria will compete in all 6 relay events as they chase strong performance and Olympic qualification pathways. Anti-football. Nigeria Football Federation President Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Guzo has reaffirmed NFF's full backing for efforts to sanitize refereeing in the country. Speaking during a condolence visit by the new Nigeria Referees Association executive following the passing of Honorable Sani Zubair, Guzo called for tough measures on age limits, computer literacy, and academic qualifications for referees. He suggested exploring recruitment from junior secondary school level and pledged NFF support to train at least 10 Nigerian referees in video assistant refereeing technology before the end of the year. NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohammed Senusi urged the new leadership to tackle poor officiating decisively, while the NRA's acting president, Sir Kelechi Mejuobi, promised stiff sanctions against unethical conduct. And in Europe, Bayern Munich booked a Champions League semi-final date with holders Paris Saint-Germain after edging Real Madrid 4-3 in a 7-goal thriller at the Allianz Arena. The second leg was a breathless affair with 5 goals in a frantic first half. Real Madrid led 3 times through 2 strikes from Arda Güler, but Harry Kane replied each time for Bayern. A late red to Eduardo Camavinga shifted momentum, allowing Luis Diaz to score a curling 89th minute winner, his 24th goal of the season. Michael Olise added a 4th in stoppage time. Bayern advanced 6-4 on aggregate after a 2-1 first leg win. Still in the Champions League, Arsenal secured their place in the Champions League semi-finals with a hard-fought goalless draw against Sporting Club de Portugal at the Emirates Stadium. Mikel Arteta's side progressed 1-0 on aggregate thanks to Kai Havertz's late winner from the first leg in Portugal. The Gunners kept a clean sheet in a cagey encounter to reach the last 4 for the second successive season. Finally, in sport news tonight, from tennis, top seed Carlos Alcaraz has pulled out of the Barcelona Open after suffering a wrist injury during his first-round victory over Otto Ritanen. The 22-year-old Spaniard described the injury as more serious than expected following medical tests and said he must prioritize recovery to avoid long-term issues. Alcaraz, who won the title in 2022 and 2023, had been hoping to regain the world #1 ranking from Yannick Sinner. He now faces a race to be fit for the French Open, which begins on May 18th.
And that will be all. And it's back to news around the world. My name is Toby Ajwali.
Thank you, Toby. And now to foreign scene. U.S. President Donald Trump says Israel and Lebanese leaders have agreed a 10-day ceasefire beginning within hours. In a post on social media, he says it will begin at 5 p.m. EST. There is no mention in a statement of Hezbollah, the Iranian-backed militant group in Lebanon, with which Israel has been exchanging fire. In a follow-up post, President Trump says he will invite Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to the White House for talks. Earlier, Aoun said he had spoken to Trump, thanking him for his effort to secure lasting peace and stability. It comes after Israeli airstrikes destroyed a key bridge linking the south of Lebanon with the rest of the country. Israel says it's targeting Hezbollah towns and villages across southern Lebanon are being leveled by Israeli demolition. To end the news tonight, here again are the main points. No fewer than 744 former terrorists and victims of violent extremism have graduated from the federal government's de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration program under Operation Safe Corridor in Gombe. The Oyo State's Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has inaugurated a 25-year tourism Master Plan Committee alongside a planning team for the 2026 Tourism Summit in a move aimed at positioning the state as a leading tourism and investment destination. U.S. President Donald Trump says Israeli and Lebanese leaders have agreed a 10-day ceasefire beginning within hours. Now, before I go, don't join hoodlums in threatening the peaceful coexistence of the country. It is only in an atmosphere of peace that development thrives. Thank you very much for watching the news around the world. Good evening.